Oh my God, it's 10 o'clock. 10:05, 10:04, 10:05 on a Saturday night, July 6th. Well, I got two cameras going here just in case one decides to die on me. Anyways, let's carry on with this video. Hey everybody, how you doing? How's it going? Nice to see ya. Just gonna have a... Anyways, I gotta make a quick video here. Well, it's not gonna be a quick video. It's gonna be this is an important video that I needed to do today. Because I felt like I wanted to do it today, because I am essentially I can't say I'm celebrating. It's not really a celebration thing, but sort of reminiscing. This is a milestone for me. Today is a big milestone for me simply because it's been now today, on this day today, July 6th, 2024, is 40 years. 40 years since I've had my appendix taken out. And I'm going to tell a little bit of an interesting story. I don't have an interesting life, but I had a few interesting things happen to me in the last 50 some odd years, and I just wonder if I may as well just tell you about it. I may as well tell the stories anyways. People don't have to watch if they don't want to, but I should have said that. So on the morning of July 6th, 1984, I woke up. I don't remember feeling anything before, the night before, but I woke up that morning, and I mean, some of my memory is a little bit faint on it. There's things I do remember clearly, other things I don't remember. But I had a pain in my, I guess I had a pain in my side. I had a really sharp, strong pain in my lower belly, down in my lower, on the right side, on this side. And I didn't know what it was, so anyways, I didn't go to school that morning, for obvious reasons. I asked my mom, I told my mom about it, and my mom, she took me to, at the time we lived at a place called CFS Gibsonville, Manitoba. It's an old military base that's been shut down for a lot of years. And so my mom took me to the military hospital. I don't know if it's what you call it, MIR, military something, military some kind of hospital. Anyways, I went in there, and I remember sitting down. I remember registering. I remember going into a room, and the doctor came in. It's a little bit faint for me. I'm trying to remember. Doctor did some tests, and they went and told my mom. Come back, talk to my mom. They said that they felt like I was dealing with a stomach bug, just a simple stomach bug, and the doctors instructed my mom to take him home, get him to rest, give him aspirin, and feed him flat pop. So we went home, back home, and mom said I could lay down in her bed. So I was only 11 years old at the time, right? So I laid down in her bed, and of course I was dealing with the pain. I was hunched over and everything. I was walking like this, right? Like I couldn't even straighten up. So it was just really bad pain right down here. And I laid down in my mom's bed for, I don't know how much time it was. It was, early morning. It was probably, I'm guessing it was probably somewhere around 9:30, 10 o'clock, maybe, something like that. I laid down in my mom's bed, and I just laid there, and I couldn't go back to sleep, so I actually tried to go to sleep, and I couldn't. Drank some, I don't know why, flat pop. He said flat pop. Maybe like flat ginger ale, I guess, maybe. Don't know. But I think I drank a little bit of pop. I don't know how you get pop flat. You just can't just flick your fingers, and you gotta let it sit for a while, or shake it up, let it sit for a bit. So sometime later, or maybe half an hour, I don't know the timing, 30 minutes, maybe 45 minutes, I don't know. I got up out of the bed, and I went and found my mom, and I said, I was holding my side and everything, and I said, Mom, I think something else is going on. I don't feel right. I don't feel right. I feel like something is not right. I think you should take me to another hospital. And from my memory, of course, I don't remember exactly, but that's roughly what I said. I said something along the lines of, I don't feel right. I think maybe you should take me to another hospital. Or could you take me to another hospital or something? So luckily my mom agreed to take me to another hospital. So we drove down the highway about 20 minutes or so to a place called Ashern, Manitoba. And she took me to the Ashern. The hospital's still there 40 years later. Ashern Medical Clinic, sorry. And that's where we went into, and then they ran some blood work. You know, I went in, whatever, checked in, like you normally do in all medical clinics, and go into this room, and came in, get some blood, you know, go run the blood tests. And I guess my mom was telling me that when the doctor seen me walk in, he had a good idea what was going on. He had a pretty good hunch himself what was going on with my body. And so when the tests came back, blood work tests came. I guess blood work had to determine it. When it came back, it showed that I was dealing with, or I was diagnosed or something with appendicitis. And so, I guess from their closest determination, and I don't know how close they can determine this when a person does have appendicitis. I don't know how many hours or days they say that before the eruption, your appendix erupts eventually. And but I guess what I was told was that I was approximately 4 or 5 hours away from eruption. So in the ambulance we went, and I don't even know the time of day. I didn't check. I don't even know if I had a friggin' watch back then, but I didn't keep an eye on the time. I didn't look at the clock. So away we went in the hospital from Ashern, Manitoba, all the way to Winnipeg, which is a 2-hour ambulance ride, 2 hours, 183 kilometers. Anyway, so, yeah, I'm pretty sure the doctor said I had roughly 4 hours before the eruption, and it was a 2-hour drive from Ashern to Winnipeg. So it was a little bit scary. And, of course, you know, without going beyond too much more detail, I mean, I just basically went and had the surgery. And I went to the Seven Oaks Hospital in Winnipeg, you know. They put me in a wheelchair, wheeled me around, wheeled me in or wheeled me around. They wanted to stuff tubes down my nose, and I didn't like that. So they had to do that while I was sleeping. And they just basically did the surgery, and they put something, I don't remember how they put me to sleep, but the last thing I remembered before waking up was I thought they had put something warm on my arm. But I don't know. I don't know if that's real or if that's something I just mistakenly remember. I thought they put a warm thing around my arm, and then it just slowly knocked me out. I don't remember. I don't know. Normally they give you like some kind of a oral thing to sedate you or partially sedate you, or they might give it to you through intravenous. Yeah. Needless to say that I'm just making this video because it's like 40 years. This is 40 years ago now. 40 years later, here I am. If my mom hadn't listened to me that day and been a little bit, uncooperative, or just maybe not believing, if she had decided that she didn't want to believe there was more wrong with me, obviously I may not be here. I'm going to say I wouldn't be here, but I may not be here today. But anyways, it's pretty interesting that, I had that strange feeling about that. I don't know if you would call it a premonition or a gut feeling. A gut feeling, considering my gut was going wrong. But my mom was getting married that weekend, and she was getting married the very following day, on Saturday. She didn't want to go home. She wasn't going to stay in the hospital with me all night, and they convinced her to go home because, everything was all set for the wedding. People are saying, like, don't cancel, everything's all set up. He'll be fine. I didn't argue. I didn't argue my mom, say, Mom, stay with me. No, I did they did the surgery on me, and the next morning I woke up crying. I woke up crying for some reason. I had a clear bandage on my side, a little cut, a slice. Anyways, just thought I would share that. It's kind of an interesting story, I guess. Just because today's 40 years later. I could wait another 10 years, 50 years, but I might not care then. I might not be here then. So anyways, I just thought I would share that with you guys. I got a couple more stories. I got a couple more. I haven't got many. I can probably count them all. Definitely within one hand. I got a couple more things I could share in stories, you know. Life stories, but that's it anyways. That's all I got to say about that. Well, if you hung around for this video and hung around for the end, thank you very much. I appreciate you very much. And everybody to take care, and definitely don't take your health for granted. If you think something might be wrong, get to the medical center, get to the hospital. Don't play around with it. Thanks for watching. Cheers and take care. And without further ado, take care.